welcome back to my channel. I did this sultry smoky eye look because I posted on Facebook a few days ago for you guys to let me know what look you would like for me to do next, and I had an overwhelming response to do a smoky eye. Okay, so I do smoky eyes all the time. So what the dolls want, the dolls get. So you guys asked for a smoky eye, and I did a smoky eye. I hope you guys really like this look. It's super sultry, super sexy, and super smoky, right? So if you guys want to see how I did this look, please keep watching. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends and keep watching. So I went ahead on and did my brows. I filled in my brows off of camera. So I'm going to take my concealer, LA Pro Girl concealer, and go ahead on and outline my brows and cover both of my eyes with that concealer. And I'm taking a brush from, I think it was a Morph brush, to kind of pat that concealer in. I actually put on some primer potion from Urban Decay. It was my first time trying to use it. I actually put that on before I put on the concealer. Now I'm spraying my face with the NYX First Base primer. It's kind of like a face primer in a liquid form, so I sprayed that on first. And now I'm going in with an orange base concealer to cover up the dark circles up under my eyes, and I'm going to blend that in. That concealer is from Hard Candy. I actually picked it up, I think at Ulta if I'm not mistaken, but I like that orange color because it neutralizes the dark really well. And I'm going to mix two colors from the LA Girl Pro concealer, and I'm mixing fawn and I think it was medium beige if I'm not mistaken. I mixed those two colors in to kind of create my highlight on my forehead and my T-zone area. And so I'm going to blend those in together with a wet sponge. I always like to dampen my sponge. So I wet my sponge and I'm going to blend that in really quickly. Now, of course, you guys know I love to do my airbrush, so I'm actually going to mix three colors today, cocoa, nutmeg, and dark almond. So I mixed those three colors together and airbrushed my face. Now I'm going in to do a light contour with the cocoa. The cocoa is a really deep dark brown, so I'm using that to kind of contour with my forehead area, of course, the perimeter of my face. I'm kind of going in right in my eyes to help kind of create that contour as well for my nose. Now I'm going to use the banana powder, and you guys know I like to mix the banana powder with the CoverGirl Translucent Loose, but I used a little bit more banana powder this time because I wanted the highlight to really pop a little bit more. Since I'm going to do a sexy smoky eye, I like for my contour and my highlight to really pop. It creates a really pretty contrast with the dark smoky eye. Of course, I'm going all the way down my T-zone area with that powder and outlining my contour along my cheekbone with that powder as well. And I'm going to actually let that bake. And this is a wet blending sponge as well. So I always like to use wet sponges when I'm applying any product, whether it's a powder or whether it's a concealer or a cream. I'm silly, guys. So I'm actually going to be working from the Morph palette. It's the new one. It's the 3502 Second Nature palette. I really love Morphe palettes. And the first color I'm going to use is going to be Brick out of that palette. And I'm using two brushes to apply those colors. The first one is a crease brush that I got from Ulta. And the second one is a big fluffy brush. I think it's brush number 202 from LA Girl. But I'm going to go in first with that brick color, and I'm going to cover my lid and go all the way up past my crease with that color. And I'm going to use the fatter blending brush to blend that in, just to get a nice even kind of transition color. And it's really important, guys, when you're doing a smoky eye or when you're doing eyes that require multiple layers, that you use transition colors. It kind of helps you build, and it helps create the smoky effect. So I always like to go lighter first, and then I just add on and add on and add on so that it doesn't get too harsh from the jump, because remember, we can always start light, but if we go too dark in the beginning, we end up having to wipe everything off. So I went in, like I said, with that brick color, and then the next color that I'm gonna go in with is In the Zone. I think that's the name of that color. Yeah, it's In the Zone, and that same Morphe 3502 palette. I'm blending that out with that big fluffy brush again. Now, the next color I went in with is called Rich, from that same Morphe 3502 Second Nature palette. And I'm bringing that in over the crease really well, on my lid as well. But I'm kind of patting that in, almost like a stippling effect, so that there's literally minimal fallout with that. So I kind of like to press the color in and then blend out with a fluffier brush. Now, this is a pointed precision brush, and I'm going to use that black, which I think the name of that color was Whiz, in that same Morphe palette. And I took that on the lid first, and then I'm kind of bringing it up. And as you can see, I'm stippling that color in. I'm kind of pressing that black in because those colors are super rich and pigmented, so you don't have to put a whole lot on your brush. So I just like to get a little, and I stipple that in. And you can always add more. And as you can see, as the tutorial goes on, I'm actually going to add more black here and there. And there I go. I'm adding more black now. So I'm just adding that in to really create a super deep smoky eye. But again, the most important thing when you're doing a smoky eye is to use transition colors and build. Now I'm going in with a cream. This is a, what do they call those? That's a cream smudge proof liner. It's waterproof and smudge proof. So I'm going in with that, and I'm using a smudger brush to kind of put that on my lid. And I'm going to blend that color up, or blend that cream base up. And that really sets the smoky eye. And I actually take that black Whiz eyeshadow that's in that Morphe palette, and I kind of stack it on top of that to kind of set that cream in place. And that creates a super sultry smoky eye. And I'm blend out. So now I'm going to wipe off my bake. Kind of buff actually is what I'm doing. And now I'm adding contour on my cheeks. I'm doing my contour and my blush and reinforcing my forehead area. And coming on down with that blush and that contour. So I'm kind of cleaning up my nose a little bit to add to my nose contour. Not too heavy, just really nice and soft. And I'm taking that same damp sponge that had that powder on it, and I just added a little bit more to kind of reinforce that contour. Now my favorite part is my highlight, and I'm using the Okalon shimmering palette, and I'm using the color Glitz. So I really love that it's a bronzy kind of shimmer. I don't like the iridescent or the unicorn like shimmer. I love a gold, natural kind of bronzy highlight. So that's what I like to use, and that color is called Glitz in the Okalon palette. So I'm doing the usual, going up and down my T-zone area, putting a little bit on my nose, bridge of my nose, and the tip of my nose, just to kind of bring in that highlight. And you can see I put it on my chin earlier and also right above the lip. Yes, look at that highlight. Yes, I get happy. That's one of my favorite pencils. It's the LA Girl Pro Glide. It's a gel glide liner, and it's in black, and they're really rich and creamy, and they go on so smooth. But the best thing about this color is that when you put it on, it absolutely does not budge, and the color payoff on it is like phenomenal. So it goes on really smooth, really easy and creamy, and it does not budge, and it's super rich and pigmented. So now I'm going in with that same rich color from the palette, and I'm just blending that into my waterline right up under that black that I added. And I'm just going to add that till I get my desired effect. And I'm dusting off any little bit of fallout that was left. And then I'm going to go in with that same banana powder and kind of dust it off. Add a little bit more there, kind of pat that in to really accentuate that line there. Then I take my wet blending sponge and kind of pat it on out. And see how it really cleaned up that line there? Now I'm going to add my mascara. It's the Bronx Mascara in black. They actually just started selling this brand at Ulta. And we actually sell this brand at my store as well. So I'm just adding a little bit of that on to both eyes. And then I'm going to pop on a lash. But before that, I'm going to spray my face with the NYX. Actually, no, that was the LA Girl Pro Setting Powder. And then I'm going to add my lash. Everybody knows my favorite lash is the Wispy from Ardell, but most of the brands actually carry a Wispy, but Ardell was kind of like the originators of the Wispy lash, and it is my favorite lash. It works really good with my eye shape because I have hooded eyes, and those lashes just kind of open up my eyes a lot, and I really, really love those. So I'm just looking here and making sure they're all in place. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm going to go back in with that same cream base liner. That's that water-based cream liner. And I'm going to go back in with an eyeliner brush. And I'm going to go on the top and kind of smudge that color in a little bit to blend in the lashes. And I'm going to pull it into the bottom waterline to really, really make that bottom line really black and super dark and smoky. And you guys, let me tell you, it does not budge. It will not budge. It will not crease. It will not fade. It's not going to run. It's the best ever. So now we're adding a little lip color. And all I'm doing is going in. It's almost like a burnt sienna type of color that I'm using for my lip liner. And I got that, I think that's an NK pencil in light brown. And then I'm going in again with this, I think that's Très Lachey from NYX. It's one of the Intense Butter Glosses. So I'm just going in with that and kind of blending that in. Because I love a nude neutral lip whenever I do a smoky eye. So I think that looks really, really, really good. Okay, dolls. So here's the finished look. Oh, that highlight is popping. Yes, honey, yes. Okay, guys, enough of that, right? I could stare at myself for hours. So if you guys like this video, please give the video a thumbs up. As usual, I would like for you to like, share, comment, and always subscribe. And I look forward to doing another look for my dolls. I love my dolls. And I will see you guys soon.